Okay, so do you know what the singularity is?
No.
Okay, it's a point where we make. I saw this. Someone explained this on a Joe Rogan episode, but he said the way he explained it is it's the last machine we'll ever have to make.
Oh, like it has all the knowledge of everything.
Yeah, but also we just won't have to make another machine because
How so?
at that point
They'll
on,
start reproducing. Oh, no.
I think no. I think the way it is any machine that that AI will make. Like it's smarter than us, maybe. That's what it is.
Oh, like it can make better machines than we can make.
Yeah, it's the last thing we'll need to make.
Yeah, but at what point do you think that's going to
Because think
happen?
about, I guess, or think about when. Have you heard about? No. This is like some people said thing inventor because they
What?
in the past, like maybe late 1900s, the future was they say 2020 flying car,
Yeah.
2075 thing inventor.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. I don't know about it.
that's the same thing they were prophesizing. They were just saying it's the last thing we'll have to make because at that point on, everything else it'll just be automated. We won't have to do anything anymore. It's a thing
Yeah.
inventor. It's a thing inventor.
Okay, yeah. So that's what you're saying the singularity is.
Yeah, yeah. But you're saying how late that is? I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime.
I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime either
Yeah.
cuz I mean, nowadays AI can't even get past the thing where it's like select all the traffic lights in this image.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a long time till we get there.
It definitely can though. Have you seen? Okay, but the other thing is, you see things like that, but then you also see how you know about Boston Dynamics.
No, bro.
It's
Okay,
a,
you definitely know way more about this
okay.
topic than I do.
It's
Go
a
on.
it's a company and they have robots that they're they're jumping. They I saw these training videos of them. Like
Mhm.
Jamie, pull that up. No, but like bro,
Yeah.
these robots they were jumping from bounce to bounce and the thing is they don't have to eat. Obviously, they can survive cold weathers and they were functioning like humans. I would say even some humans can't do that, bro. It was like there was two like mattress kind of things here. It wasn't even a
Mhm.
mattress. It was a those American Ninja Warrior courses
Yeah.
where they had the
Yeah,
sloped
yeah,
things.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like jumping from that to
Oh,
that.
really? That's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
yeah. So I don't know. There sometimes if you think, oh, it can't even pass the traffic light things, but then other times I see something like that, I'm like, we're getting there. So
You
much
know,
progress has been made since ChatGPT.
yeah, it's true. You know what I've heard about our technological advances in the future?
Hmm.
I've heard that in our lifetimes, at least, the connection of information is going to be so fast and snappy. I think Google is working on something like this as well. And I think it's like something like a digital platform kind of for scientists and discoverers and inventors and stuff like that. Where if one person does research at like 12 a.m., the next person can pick it up at like 2 a.m. and just continue on with their
Oh
research.
yeah. 100%.
And people just unrelated people from different parts of the world, and they just start linking off each other's research and they just finish it.
Yeah. Connectivity. Sometimes we talk about how our phones are such a bad thing, but then you remember all the good things of it. Because the dude I was talking to about the singularity yesterday, if it was,
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, in what other time in history could I have just messaged this guy and then he immediately responds?
Yeah.
You'd have to send a letter of correspondence and it would take days for them to come back and send you a message. And then
That's
you
true.
have to send them a message back. So,
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I think they call this age the information age,
yeah.
and that's with good measure, of course.
Yeah.
Because now scientific discoveries are being made faster than ever. But then, if you're thinking about stuff like this, like the Google plan, where they connect scientists on a platform digitally, that can get so fast, and then we can just accelerate the rate of scientific discovery like that,
Yeah.
like a bell curve.
Yeah, it's definitely exponential. I've heard people complain that there's no major discoveries anymore, but they don't realize it's
Like what?
what?
Or since what?
I don't know.
Because AI just happened.
I know, yeah, it just happened, but there's people complain that it's not like how we used to be. There's no new
Like industrial
there's nothing to
revolution?
discover anymore. No.
Oh, they're saying there's just nothing left.
There's or no, not like that. They're just saying that science has slowed down or that we haven't made any big discoveries because of the internet and since the internet.
Oh, because we
And-
all got fat and lazy off the
Yeah,
internet.
something like that. But they don't realize it is definitely accelerating.
No, it's just we don't know about it, or we're not hearing about it as much.
Exactly. And it's on
But it's
we're
happening
on
in the
We're
background.
living on such a small scale.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. Like, what kind of things do you think are they looking into past post internet age, other than AI?
blockchain?
No, blockchain is definitely one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. Have you heard about Dyson Sphere?
Yeah, I heard about Dyson
That's like
Sphere.
super new though.
Yeah, but I mean, has anything actually been done? If Dyson Sphere becomes a thing, then and all of our energy problems are solved.
Yeah. Or
Oh, if we want to explain what Dyson Sphere is, so the people that don't know, it's like this thing that takes energy from the sun. It goes around the sun and takes energy from the sun, and that energy from the sun, like even something like 8 seconds of exposure, is enough to power the entire United States for a long time, for like 20 years or something. I don't know the exact numbers, so take
yeah.
that with caution, but it's something like that.
Yeah, but about energy though, I heard that AI could provide us the solution for complete nuclear or like nuclear fusion, meaning like that's the only source of energy we need.
Yeah, but also nuclear fusion hasn't been done on a large scale, so we don't. I mean,
But they're saying AI could provide that large scale solution.
sure. I mean, it's not the fact that it's been done on a large scale. It's just like they've seen that a couple of nuclear atoms can have success with fusion, but it's never been replicated on such a big scale to where they know that this can power entire factories or power whatever is needed or
Hmm.
power cars or something.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool though, like a nuclear car.
I just heard of it as a that AI could maybe provide that solution.
And I know, isn't nuclear fusion supposed to be more powerful than fission?
Yeah,
Like a lot more powerful?
yeah.
What about hydrogen though? Because I know we have hydrogen bombs that are more powerful than nuclear fission bombs.
I don't know about that in
But
terms of
then
an energy source.
yeah, and it's
They have hydrogen powered cars.
they do, but it's not. They're not being broadly pushed upon, right?
There are some on the market. Like, there was a Toyota one, but it might have got discontinued. But I think a few other companies have one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because I feel like no one's really pushing for the hydrogen agenda.
Yeah, it's
the
in
moment.
California. They have charging stations all throughout California.
What, hydrogen charging stations? How do you even charge a hydrogen car?
Or not like charging station. It's like you fill your car with
A refill, a
yeah,
refueling.
fueling station. Yeah.
Yeah, but how does that work? How does hydrogen even work? Because nuclear atoms I understand, but I don't no idea how hydrogen works.
Yeah.
Hydrogen fuel cells or whatever. I think I'd learned about this, but it slipped out of my memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I
Should I
can look
shout
it
out
up.
the oil companies here?
What?
Can we
Oil
edit this
companies.
out?
Oil
The
companies.
oil companies don't want the hydrogen cars pushed out though.
How? We don't have to edit that out. It's just
Okay.
common sense.
Yeah,
they run
that's
out of
true.
business
That's
if
true. That's
if
true.
they
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, bro? What are
I'm
they
getting
gonna
too
do?
paranoid, bro. You were making me paranoid before this.
Whoops, my bad. Here, look up how does hydrogen work.
I don't know, but yeah, there's charging stations all over California, and I think Hyundai and Honda might have one. I don't know about Hyundai. A couple companies have it. Toyota used to have one. It was called the Toyota Mirai, I think. But
Okay.
as far as I've heard, it's a great solution. It's just it's not gonna happen because the oil companies don't want it to.
That's fair enough. And also, like the oil companies, they have a lot of pull because many countries' economies depend on oil.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I don't think we're gonna see much progress on that anytime soon.
that's what I was thinking. Even if we move towards nuclear fusion, what happens to, you know,
Saudi Arabia overnight.
yeah, or even just the oil companies? Because if you think about it, so much of modern wealth. Because if you think about the Industrial Revolution, right, that's when the world order kind of changed, and the power moved towards the West,
Mm-hmm.
right, and then it moved towards the West because one, the Industrial Revolution, but you have to think about all the parts working around the Industrial Revolution, like oil,
yeah, sure.
which is a huge part.
But
And then-
oil isn't, or was it mainly found in the West back then?
It wasn't found in the West, but it was used for the
In the
Industrial
West, yeah,
Revolution,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So it was used
Wait, so then in that case, then why didn't the countries that supplied oil have more power?
because they didn't have anything to use that oil for. The
But
industrial,
they're selling oil. Why can't they just sell oil for absurdly high
they
prices?
didn't know. Information didn't travel around that
That's
fast.
true, yeah.
That's what I would say, I guess, because, and also yeah, that's what I would think so. Because look, the Industrial Revolution was the key part of the revolution, not oil, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The factories was what was increasing output,
Mm-hmm.
and people were making so much money off of it. So it's just scaling. It's just scaling up and up, and to scale that, you need more and more oil. So then the oil companies got so rich, and right now I would say, even to this day, like the oil people or people who control
Oil people.
oil and those kind of natural resources are still the richest, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at even country leaders like the Qatar king or the Saudi
Yeah,
king,
they're
Mohammed
they're
bin
richer than any
Salman.
billionaires
Yeah.
out there. Yeah, so
Okay, here's how hydrogen cars work.
sure.
So hydrogen fuel cells produce electricity by combining hydrogen and oxygen atoms. The hydrogen reacts with the oxygen across an electromagnetic cell or electrochemical cell, similar to battery, to produce electricity, water, and small amounts of heat.
Hmm.
So it's just the energy when hydrogen and oxygen combine. It produces water and also electricity.
Yeah, I wonder what happens to the water in the car. Just dispelled.
Yeah, probably.
Like how
Just
like
heat, bro. They'd
yeah
heat it up.
yeah. Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, nice.
Cool. So
That means there's something good in the water, bro. Drink up.
what?
Keep yourself hydrated.
Yeah, obviously you need water to live.
Yeah, I know, but there's good energy in water.
What? What do you mean?
There's energy in water.
Yeah, you
Like
need
the same energy that can power a car is in water.
sure. That's like kind of how your body works, I think.
Mm-hmm. Shoot. Nice, good discussion.
Yeah, no.
Okay, but
Yeah.
what? Go, you go.
No, I was gonna say the connection I was making was, yeah, if AI provides a solution for nuclear fusion, complete nuclear fusion, then
And
the
what?
the effects are again unpredictable. We don't know what's gonna happen when the energy structure for the world changes. Then that's when everything changes.
What, like the power that the countries hold?
Everything changes. Yeah.
Okay, so then if they shift away from oil, then which power or which cars, or not which cars, which countries will the power go to? Because I was watching this documentary once, 4 years ago, so my memory might be a bit misconstrued.
Hmm.
But they said that if oil ran out in the immediate future, the best countries to go to would be something like Brazil, where they have a ton of sugar canes. And they're saying something about how sugar canes can also power cars.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I was referring specifically
W-
to.
would the power dispel the bricks?
I have no idea. Because with AI, who determines who has access to that information? If
Anybody,
yeah,
anywhere.
no, not really.
How so?
Chat AI was around long before ChatGPT.
Yeah.
ChatGPT democratized it.
Mm-hmm.
So in the same way, if we reach something
Yeah, but
like
ChatGPT doesn't have power only in the U.S.
I know,
The U.S. doesn't have power using ChatGPT. It's not a
but
vehicle for power for the United States.
but AI technology always the governments have it first before the people have it.
That's true, but it's small amount of time, a few years maybe at most.
I don't know, because if we reach something like superintelligence, where we have an AI that's smarter than every single human's intelligence combined, right? You just tell it to do something, right? Like, this is I saw this on the like Alex Hormozy AI video that we watched, but it was saying that, you just tell the AI build $100 trillion company, and then it just builds it. It writes the code for it. It does the
Oh
marketing
yeah,
for
yeah.
it. It does all of it. That's what he was saying. But yeah,
Oh, I forgot about that
yeah,
part.
that was super intelligence. That's what he was saying. But if you have something like that, then won't it matter who gets it first?
That's true.
That time is going to be so important. Even if it's mere days, it's going to matter who gets it
Yeah, but
first.
then at that point, then what's it gonna be? Is it just gonna be the AI competing with each other?
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm
who's
saying.
gonna have? But if everything is super intelligent, then how do they determine which gets better?
What do you mean?
What if a human just tells the AI create an AI better than you? Can it do that? Probably not.
Yeah, that's true.
So at that point, then
That's the whole thing they were saying about the thing inventor back in the day. They're saying the thing inventor invents a thing inventor, and then the thing inventor invents another thing inventor.
where did you hear this? I've never heard of the thing inventor in my life.
Bro, it was something I think it's like an old thing, but I don't know. But yeah, and think about and an AI gaining conscious is a completely different thing. What is that?
Well, I don't think AI will ever gain consciousness
What do you mean?
because I think what modern science, this is just a working theory that there's no proof of,
Mm-hmm.
that there's matter that generates consciousness. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's something in your body that generates consciousness. I think that if you're looking at the perspective of how your body reacts to different emotions, like if you feel sad, that's a conscious feeling. Like you're feeling sad because of some it's not your body feeling sad, you're feeling sad, but that affects your body. in hormonal ways. Your hormones change, your dopamine levels shift, your neuromodulators shift. Your body is clearly affected by what the conscious self is like kind of projecting onto itself. So I
Mm.
think there's a miss or a bad not a misapproach, but like a wrong approach towards how the body sees the connection between, or to how science sees the connection between the body and the consciousness. So I
Mm.
think that consciousness can never truly be generated by matter. So any AI that we would create will never have consciousness.
Mm. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like that kind of explanation is just because we haven't discovered, you know,
But what
what.
if the approach is just wrong? What if there's just no way in which the body can generate consciousness? If you ask a scientist to pull up any research that's with any evidence that there's matter like ATP or something that generates our consciousness, there isn't. There isn't a single piece of research, single piece of
Yeah.
evidence.
Okay, couldn't they argue that conscious doesn't even exist? It's just
Then how do we operate?
it's just your brain.
Your brain and what? What operates your brain?
What if your brain is okay? Imagine your brain is just inventing things.
Okay, I'm telling you, you can't argue this
Because
because there's no
everything.
argument.
What?
Science hasn't discovered it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think the approach is just wrong. I think a lot, or if you're looking at a lot of ancient religions, as we were talking about in the last episode, their approach is that consciousness generates the body, and that the consciousness can transcend the body if trained hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're looking into quantum physics, I think quantum physics is getting there. I forget the exact theory name, but there's literally a theory that says that it's like most matter is empty. If you remember in the Oppenheimer thing, when he was picking up his wife, he was saying, she's like, what do you do? What do you research? She's like, quantum physics, and she says, can you explain that? And he says something like, you think all this, or they touch hands, and he's like, you think all this is there. He's talking about matter, and he's saying all this matter is there, but it's actually something like this. He's
What?
saying there's spaces in matter, that
Oh
matter doesn't
yeah.
actually exist,
Okay.
and that the way our consciousness perceives matter is just how it is.
Mm.
Another thing that you can consider is the color that I see to be blue and the color that you see to be blue. What if they're just completely different colors?
Yeah, I know. I've thought about that as well, but that's purely I don't know. That's purely
It's
scientific.
it's how it's perception. It's your perception. It's how you understand something.
Yeah, but that's purely scientific.
How so?
That's just based on that's based on light, right? Like light hitting your eyes, and then your eyes. What is it? What's it called? Light scattering, or it's when light scatters. I know this is. I don't remember the exact process in which you view colors, but I know that it's purely. It's explainable why we view things as a certain color, and we have certain theories about light that show us that.
What? That light hits the eye differently? So then are our eyes made up differently?
What? No, no, no. Yeah, but because the whole thing about light passing through a prism, and then like, I don't remember all the theories at all because we didn't even, if you, I don't, we didn't study this in depth or anything, but we briefly covered it in physics, but not this year physics, but like,
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't know. We need a science person on the show, on the
Yeah, we do.
podcast.
We should. Okay, there's just interpretations of quantum theory, like the von Neumann Wigner interpretation that says that like there is a role of consciousness in matter.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's just people are basing that off of, and they're saying then in that case, what if our approach to science was wrong the whole time, and that it was the opposite way? It was consciousness generates matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why I think that the fear that AI will ever gain consciousness, it's not something that we have to worry about.
Yeah. I don't know, but also science is just one way to understand the world. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, it is.
It's Science is not a truth, you know?
It's not. It's just pattern recognition.
It's just pattern recognition and patterns that work, and we use it to build stuff.
Yeah, actually, we did talk about this, but we talked about this on an episode that had terrible audio, so we never uploaded it. So
Yeah, we
we
did.
could have this discussion again if
Yeah,
you
for
want.
sure. But the belief is that science is not a truth. It's not a universal truth. And there's arguments that math is, but we can get to that
What, that
later.
math is objective?
Math is a universal truth.
Yeah, I mean,
But Okay, but we'll get to that. But the point is, science is not. Science is just these theories we develop, and every time we keep on adjusting them, right? Because we were talking about Newton's theory of gravity and how it's just, or his theory is that bigger objects attract smaller things to orbit around it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and or it was because of what? It's
The mass,
inertia.
the mass, yeah.
Inertia. But and then Einstein just came along and modified it and said, no, it's because objects all have like an impact on space time, and like when
Yeah,
they
it's like they create a dent in space time, and that
yeah
dent is it's like a bowl, and it just draws other objects
draws
in.
things towards it.
It's
So,
like if you're flushing the
but we
toilet
still
and how
use
the water
Newton's
goes like that.
yeah yeah, but we still use Newton's calculation or Newton's theories because we don't need that complex of calculations to calculate a lot of things. Like
Mm.
I think even sending something in orbit around the Earth, you don't need Einstein's theory at all.
Mm-mm.
You just need Newton. But yeah, it's just our way of understanding things, not understanding things. I mean, it is. It's a certain way that works for us,
Yeah, I
but it's
mean,
not true. We don't know if it's true.
yeah, from what I heard, all of this I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast with Faraz Sahabi, who's George St. Pierre's trainer. You know who George St. Pierre is? He's like one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time,
Okay.
arguably the GOAT.
Okay.
But I don't know how their conversation even ventured into this.
Uh-huh.
But Faraz is saying that a lot of our observations, we see point A and we see point B, but there's no way in ascertaining how point A gets to point B. And he's saying science is they're trying to explain the cause, but it's like it gets close. There's a truth, but science is like getting closer and closer to the truth, but it's not there yet.
This is also what I was thinking about. For everything, you can keep asking why, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can say gravity. Why gravity? Oh, because of dent in space time. Then why that dent in space time, right? You can keep asking why.
Even there's Einstein's theories, and Newton's theories that have been disproved. Like Newton's theory, a couple of his theories don't work in space, or they don't work on different planets with different gravity and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. My whole point is that you can keep asking why. Why does gravity exist? But then that's no longer science because science exists in a realm that we know, that we're familiar with, right? I think the basis of science is falsification. That whatever you're saying in the scientific world has to be able to be proven false. Otherwise, it's not scientific. If you can't prove something right or wrong, then it's not science. If I say God exists, there's no way to prove that right and there's no way to prove that wrong.
Yeah.
So it's not science. But everything that exists within science could theoretically be proven false. So let's say, we say gravity works the way it does, right? But you could prove that wrong with an experiment.
Yeah.
Someone says
Once we have all those
gravity
tools.
due to acceleration on Earth is 11.7 meters per second, which is squared, which is just not true.
Yeah.
You could throw something and you could figure out if that's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
But something like, does God exist? It doesn't exist in the realm of science. But
Well, it does, but it's just not in the realm of science. It's not in human perception. It's not.
But science is what we know.
Yeah, it's human perception, but it's like human perception could increase as well with the aid of tools and technology.
That's what I'm saying, though. Science has to be able to be falsified. If we can't falsify it, it doesn't exist within science yet.
Sure.
God is not a scientific topic. We all
Yeah.
agree on that,
Yeah.
right? So even this is a little bit more about language, about how we define science. But yeah, that's what science is. So you can keep asking why, but when you keep asking why, you reach a point that's not within science anymore. And it's more philosophical rather than science.
Mm.
And I think that philosophy is just what we can't explain with science yet.
That makes sense.
It's just what exists beyond science. That's what I think philosophy
like the
is.
things that Tesla was hinting at when he died.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like philosophy in essence is just the study of self, and I think that the more you look towards external pursuits, the more it just leads inward.
Yeah. I was looking up
And I think quantum mechanics is a big step towards that.
what philosophy actually is yesterday, and it made sense to me. I saw some definitions, but
I don't know. That I'm still thinking about what you said about philosophy. That it's just outside, or it's just the things that we don't,
The
the things that we
study
don't
of the
understand yet.
fundamental nature of knowledge, reality, and existence. Or it says fundamental questions concerning topics like existence, reason, knowledge, value, and mind. But knowledge about it's close. It's close to saying the truth, the truth. That's
Oh, like
that.
the one truth that
That's
science is trying to
I
get
think
to.
that's
Like
what.
when I was saying point A, point B earlier, and
Yeah.
that there's a truth that occurs, but
There
science is like pushing towards it, but it's not there yet.
there is a truth.
Because
Will
there's
science ever reach that truth? Is science even capable of reaching that truth? Is it infinite? That's a question I think we should consider because I don't think that why ever stops.
it just keeps going.
You can just keep asking why. There's a one truth, but we may never reach that truth.
I think that's just outside of human perception.
What?
That we can't understand that. They're just external forces on the world. Like we can only understand the 3D world.
Yeah.
And maybe in a 4D, if the fourth dimension is time,
Yeah.
we can understand the 4D world. But like the thing in Interstellar,
Yeah.
at the end of the movie when
I didn't
he's
watch it, but yeah. Go
you never
ahead.
seen Interstellar?
No.
Really, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
But at the end of the movie, he's in this little vortex, little thing, that it's constructed by future humans, or like that's what they're assuming,
Yeah.
and it's just like 5D or 6D world,
Yeah.
and where time is like a physical factor.
Uh-huh.
Like if he walks forward, like there's something to do with the connection of space and time.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
he walks forward, like he can see different events in his life.
Yeah.
And like time is a physical dimension. That's what it is.
Yeah.
If he walks forward, like moments in time pass.
Yeah.
And it's aligned with his daughter's bookshelf.
Yeah.
So if he goes to like the next point in his daughter's bookshelf,
Yeah.
he can see a different memory
Uh-oh.
that happened in that room.
Yeah.
And I mean, spoilers for Interstellar, but the main plot twist that happened in the movie, actually, we don't need to get into that. But that's just what I'm saying. That's just something that we can't even fathom happening. That time being a physical plane. So are you saying is science ever gonna, or if science gets us that far and then there's still more to discover, then probably not, right? That science will never get close to the truth. Because if there's a time where we can have technology that leads time to be a physical dimension, the reason I brought up that story is that's something beyond our understanding. And your question originally was, can science ever reach the truth? And you even brought up the point, there's still, if we question something, we can keep going, why, until it goes outside the realm of science to begin with. So the reason I brought up the Interstellar thing is because I was just trying to say that, like, that's such an advanced point. And then if there's still more to discover beyond that, which there is, because those humans they're not the best, or they still have more scientific discovery to come.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was saying in that case, then yeah, science will probably never reach the truth. We'll get closer and closer, but there's still going to be that gap. Like, what's that graph in math?
Exponential or logarithmic?
No, what is that thing called?
Logarithmic.
No. I know they're all curves, but there's just one point that'll never reach, like a limit. There's one limit that'll never
Horizontal limit.
reach. Horizontal limit. What's it called? Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what science is like.
Oh, like an asymptote.
Asymptote. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Another thing I was thinking about when you were talking about what's it called, or when we were saying that there's a force that we don't know what that force is,
Mm-hmm.
was I was talking about this with someone yesterday. But basically, there's a game called Go from East Asia. Okay, it's more complex than chess, right? Because chess is so complex. Because there's more ways to open a chess game than there are atoms in the universe, right? So if we're thinking about chess,
It's not open a chess game. It's just there's more chess games than there's atoms in the universe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Open a chess game is wild, bro. There's like 20
Okay,
ways to open a chess
then
game.
open a chess game might be stars in the universe.
Okay, maybe.
It's one of those.
Sure.
Okay.
The point is, it's a complex game.
It's a complex game, but Go is even more complex than that because the best chess AI, beat the best chess player a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But the best AI Go player still can't, or best AI Go still can't beat the best Go player. Okay? And then when they did have this game, the Alpha Go, like Google's Go AI versus the best Go player in the world. Oh, okay. What happened was he made a move and the AI predicted it to have not been the best move at that moment. Mm-hmm. Right? And but somehow it led to him winning the game.
Yeah.
But even he, like after that game, I'm pretty sure couldn't reason with the AI. He was like, "Oh yeah, the AI is right. That wasn't the best move."
But
So
then how did he win?
we have no reason why that, or we don't know why that move worked, right?
Like it's a suboptimal move, but
For some reason it worked.
if he kept playing the
It's
game, what would it have-
suboptimal to our understanding.
but it's suboptimal to the AI understanding as well.
The
Are you saying that he
yeah.
played some golden move that's beyond the AI's perception?
Suboptimal to our understanding and the AI understanding, and the AI understanding is just our understanding right now.
No, it's not. Like for example, in chess,
Yeah.
it's just they just put it.
Oh,
on,
yeah, true,
They
true.
pumped it with a bunch of math formulas.
True. But I'm saying it's beyond super intelligence. Because I'm saying even the AI.
Well, chess AIs aren't super intelligent, are they?
No, they aren't. I'm saying, okay, the chess AI, if it beats someone, and then if it beats someone, we can still understand. Like if that player goes back, we can still understand why that chess. Because no. When I said that the Go AI is our understanding, I mean that the chess AI also is our understanding, but it's just not one person's understanding, right? It's multiple people's understanding. If you think about it,
yeah.
right? It's nothing beyond what we have on Earth,
Okay.
right?
Are we saying that move was something that was beyond Earth?
Beyond what we have on Earth. That's what I'm talking about when there's that, or that's when you said there's a force that we can't understand yet. That's what I'm talking about. That it was beyond human understanding why that move worked. But even if we do figure that out, there's just something more to be asked. Like why? Why that? Why is this? Why? Like
So in that case, is super intelligence ever possible? Because then an AI would just be constricted to the knowledge of humans, no?
yeah, but there's a difference between super intelligence and singularity. I think singularity is the point when it goes beyond human understanding.
So
It
like
starts learning on its own.
like God.
It starts learning. No,
Then what?
it's just beyond human understanding.
Oh, but is
It
the
starts-
fully realized version of a singularity God then?
The fully realized version.
Like
of-
something with just the
no,
absolute
but
truth.
even in the singularity, it'll never approach God. It'll keep going.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's what I think. And that singularity, the thing is, if it starts learning on its own beyond human existence or beyond human knowledge, like does that count as consciousness? What if it starts building highways?
Why? But it determines that highways are the most optimal thing to do. or
Building
whatever.
highways I use as a metaphor because I saw that in that video too. He said, what if the robot, it goes beyond our understanding, right? Beyond humans.
Mhm.
What if it just starts doing its own thing? Is that consciousness? Like we kill ants, they're saying it could get scary to the point where, we kill ants to build highways. We don't really care about ants. We don't kill ants on purpose, but we build highways to destroy ants.
Okay. Or not, we build highways and
Or
they
we build
destroy ants.
highways and as a side effect, we destroy ants. What if that AI becomes so intelligent? What if that AI becomes so beyond humans that it just starts doing its own thing? Can it start doing its own thing? I think it could. If we're
Yeah,
ta-
but
if we're
okay,
ta-
for right now that's just a theoretical thing. There's no way that an AI can overcome the human experience.
not
or
the
we
human.
c- Because okay, if it has the data, even if it has the memory of every single human being ever,
That's super intelligent.
that's super intelligence. But how does it even get to a singularity?
Singularity is you make something smarter than yourself.
Yeah, but you can't.
Yes,
Or
you
there's how?
That's what artificial intelligence is. Artificial intelligence, it has the ability to learn. Intelligence is not taking information, memorizing it. Intelligence is being able to learn.
Okay.
So it starts
what is your
learning.
definition of learning then?
It starts
Because my definition is if learning is just if it's the same situation but a different approach.
Meaning what? You have to elaborate on that.
If presented with the same situation, you take a different approach than you do the first time. That's what learning is.
Presented with
If you go down to the bare bones of what learning is, that's what I see learning as.
you what? Oh, you do something new. Sure. Okay. It's presented with all the information on Earth, right?
Yeah? And it does something new that no one's ever done before?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, can it? Can we program it to do something like that?
Yes. if we can make and because AI, it just learns things. It's not a computer program. AI is completely different from a computer program. Computer program just executes something. AI learns, keeps changing, it keeps adapting. We already have it. Not can we? We already have AI.
Yeah, but we don't have super intelligent AI, and we're of course
It'll just
not
keep
even
learning.
close to.
It'll just keep learning. It'll keep learning.
Okay, but what if, I don't know, Elon decides to put a chip in our brain and it all feeds to some AI, and then that AI just becomes super intelligent and it has the memory and consciousness of every single person ever.
And then it starts thinking on its own. It goes beyond.
Can it?
What?
Can it?
That's what artificial intelligence is. It has the ability to think like a human brain. Is that consciousness? That goes back to our question.
But aren't the neural networks limited?
What?
Like the neural networks of a robot in its current state. We can't make it have infinite neural networks.
Okay.
They're analyzing the point of, or the way that it's formulated, they're analyzing the point or just how a human brain works, like the different neural networks. But human brains, they can create like new thoughts and stuff spontaneously.
Mm-hmm.
It's not based on anything we've seen before.
So maybe it can't expand yet.
Yeah, because the scientists don't even understand how the brain works or how consciousness works.
Yeah.
So how can we create that or how can we create that if our understanding of ourselves is so limited?
I misspoke. The singularity is when it can do that, then, I would say.
Singularity is when it can what?
It can expand on its own.
Okay.
And then the superintelligence would be when it's limited to the neural networks
Of humans.
collective of humans. Yeah.
Because right now, or the way that I see AI is working is there's just some programming to where it adapts, or like the neural networks are like challenged and developed. Like the thought patterns and stuff. Neural networks are just thought patterns.
Yeah.
So the way to go from one thought to another,
Yeah.
it's just a pattern that we program.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But then if we can't program it beyond ourselves because we don't even know how that works.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. But that would be the singularity, theoretically.
Yeah. Well, when it starts learning stuff on its own.
Yeah, I mean, it is learning things on its own technically, but it's not.
It learns things beyond human perception on its own.
We've said that so many times.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's a large concept.
It is a large concept, yeah.
Yeah, you left me with some thinking questions there.
Yeah. I could make a shift.
Shift into what?
Philosophy. Okay, no. Let me keep talking about this.
Yeah,
then.
sure.
So now let's consider that truth.
Okay.
That universal truth.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
We can't define it. We don't know it. It's beyond our perception.
Is it God?
Yeah.
Or is it something else?
Or it's God / the universe, which is what we were talking about in the previous
Is
episode.
God and the universe the same then?
I think so.
You don't think?
We're talking about this. There's two trains of thought where God is separate from creation and God is creation. But I think the only way in which we can conceive it is that God is creation, but he's also the creator. Like it just keeps expanding. It's infinite. That's what it is.
Okay, but how can God be creation and the creator?
Because God is everything.
What?
Like the universe. It's just
He's
everything.
everything and more.
Everything. Yeah, exactly. So it's both. That's what I'm saying.
But then he's separate from his creator. Oh, not separate meaning I'm not saying separate meaning the universe is out of his reach. He controls the universe.
Yeah.
But that means he's separate. For you to be able to control the universe, you can't be the universe.
Sure.
Yeah. That's why I think he's separate from his creation.
Well, our definition is just of God. It's just the ultimate truth. That's what the Hinduism definition of God is.
He exists beyond the universe. The universe isn't it. That's not the final. There's something beyond the universe.
Yeah, sure.
He exists there.
Yeah.
The heavens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the heavens are part of the universe as well.
Are they?
Yeah, you can just play up the universe to anything, because we don't know, there's
Okay.
no
So it
way
depends
for us to know the limit of the
It
universe.
depends on your definition of the universe.
It's infinite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the end of infinity is what God is.
Yeah. That would make sense. But then that's the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is the
Okay.
universe.
What the Hinduism definition of God is, or at least based off what I've read off Quora, it's just the ultimate truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause Sachidananda.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's what that's where I think all the that's what I think the truth is, or I think that's a point that we've said we're never able to reach it,
Yeah.
but that's what I think it is. You were saying something about how philosophy was somewhat close to it.
Yeah, I was thinking but what if it's not, like, from a philosopher's point of view, how do we know it's or okay, let's consider a different perspective.
Okay.
Let's consider that there is no meaning to any of it.
What, nihilism?
Sure, something like that. All right, there is no God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, someone says there is no God. Then what is the truth? Is there a truth? What if there's no truth at all?
Then it's the universe. No?
It just exists.
I don't know. I feel like it's just so hard not to believe in God.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
It is.
I don't know. I didn't even know how they rationalize it.
But also, if you try to play devil's advocate, literally in a sense here,
Yeah, sure.
you're playing devil's advocate because you're working against God.
I get it. Yeah.
But in that sense, if you play devil's advocate and you think, how do I know there's God? Or what if God isn't real? Then you have to consider the alternate. There's something in a situation where there is no God. What is there? There's nothing. That's what I would think. There's nothing.
Yeah, but then what is the truth?
Or is there something other than God?
What is the truth?
What?
If there's something other than God, it has to be God.
What if there's no truth at all? What if everything just exists?
Then what is science and what is anything?
What?
I said, what is science then in that case?
It's nothing. Everything is nothing.
Okay, what about consciousness? I know for sure that exists. I know that I have thoughts.
What?
Consciousness.
Yeah. It just exists somehow.
And energy?
Just exists.
And all these abstract concepts?
They're
time?
They're abstract.
Like
they're
time.
Abstract.
What about time?
They're abstract.
Why does time exist?
They're abstract. They don't exist. Nothing exists.
But I know for a fact consciousness exists because I think. I have thoughts. When I touch you, you feel something.
Everything just exists.
Are you saying it does exist or it doesn't exist?
There's no reason for why it exists. It just exists.
When you're saying that by looking into it, we're just trying to think too much of something?
Yeah, this is the alternate perspective. Everything just exists.
Then what about ethics?
But there's no
and
reason
all that
why
stuff?
it exists.
Ethics and just human society and behavior and stuff.
Made up.
So are you saying? I mean, yeah, I think that's the type of road that leads someone to think, oh, I can commit any crime that I want.
That's what makes someone goes crazy.
Yeah.
But then you think another step past that. What if religion is just there to keep that from happening?
Yeah. That's a lot of atheists' common argument.
Yeah. What if the eternal truth is just that there is nothing? Nothing matters.
Then why are we here?
It just
existence. It
there's
just
no
happened
reason.
to be.
There's no reason to anything. It's scary, but if you consider it, then I don't know. The way I usually okay, that's just one perspective.
Yeah, no, but if you consider it, then what? Now let's dig deeper into this perspective.
That's what happens. There's nothing exists. That's what you think. You just think nothing exists. But the reason I say that,
I'm trying to put my mind around this.
Nothing exists. There's no reason. Reason doesn't exist.
Reason doesn't exist. Okay, but then what about like something versus nothing? Like this table is a something. It's not a nothing.
We don't know.
Then what?
We don't know.
Then what is this?
We don't know. And there's no reason.
How can there
for
be
it.
nothing?
There's no reason for it either.
How can there be nothing?
You're just feeling it. You're just feeling this table.
Yeah, but then how does everything exist? It just exists. I feel like it's such a hard argument to make.
The argument is we keep asking why, and it's infinite.
Or how? How does it exist?
We keep okay. There's two.
What do they believe in then? Infinity?
There's two sides to this. The one thing we do is we keep asking why. That's constant.
Okay.
But let's assume we keep asking why.
Uh-huh.
One approach is we keep asking why. We're getting closer to one truth, but it's infinite. But we're getting closer. We're getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
The other side is we're We're going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing to get to. We're just asking why, but we're going in no direction. We're just stagnant.
So, like, it's just all made up.
It's just everything's made up. But the way I usually reason it with myself is because I think about the scriptures, right? And in the scriptures, it explains some of that stuff we don't understand.
How so?
For example, consciousness, soul, right? And I think if those scriptures are saying something that's beyond science, then that's proof that God exists.
Sure.
That for me is proof that God exists.
Yeah, but what if it's just some reasoning that someone tried to write up a long time ago?
How? How could someone in the past be smarter than we are now?
What if it's just a way for them to cope
What?
with existence?
That
It's a whole different side. It's not, or it's the science itself is different. It doesn't apply to any of the modern science that we have today.
What?
The science of the soul.
Sure, but also
It's not that they were smarter than us. They were
it
just
wasn't
thinking
science.
something.
It wasn't science as we know it today.
Yeah, but they were just thinking. It's just philosophy. That's what it was.
It was just philosophy that worked.
Yeah, they were just made up.
But some things are true. Like the speed of light is in the Vedas.
That's true.
How could we have known that before? I think only God could have given something like that.
That's true.
So,
I don't know. I heard that from some atheist perspective that actually, I don't even know if this is atheist perspective, but they said that the Vedas were written on some hard psychedelics.
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like even if you're thinking about psychedelics, a lot of people see it as it's a connection between your mind and the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even that proves that there's some symmetry between yourself and the universe
Yeah.
that humans in their normal state of mind have yet to uncover.
Yeah. Even if you consider, like, not, okay, let's say nihilism could be right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to believe in it. Who wants to believe in it?
Yeah, no.
What would the world be?
There's just
if
no point in
everyone's-
believing in nihilism.
Let's just say, even there, yeah, there's no point. I like the feeling I get from having family. That family has meaning. I like the feeling I get from having friends. Those friends have meaning to me. Great.
Yeah.
Even if it's just dopamine sent to my brain, I like it.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like being an atheist, it just puts the world on your shoulders, or it just puts the universe on your shoulders.
It's scary.
Because it's like, the way I saw it, it's like God thinks, okay, you don't believe in me, then, try to feel the weight of what I feel.
Yeah.
And then boom. And then people just collapse under that weight.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I think, like, philosophy, like I said, philosophy is what's beyond science. But I think some philosophies are just a sham. Like, I mean...
Like nihilism.
Yeah, like, it's there's just why. Like, I don't understand why you'd want to believe that. What
True.
If there is no one truth, then what are you realizing by believing in nihilism? The concept of nihilism itself.
Yeah.
That means you're asserting a truth, but there is no truth.
Yeah.
So it's just contradictory. It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense
Yeah.
to me.
It's a fallacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the other perspective that you were gonna say besides nihilism?
What?
There's
There's nihilism and there's God.
just two extremes.
Yeah.
I feel like nihilism just doesn't do anything. I don't even know why that's devil's advocate. Because if you don't acknowledge the existence of God, you don't acknowledge the existence of the devil either.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. True.
So it just exists. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's just not true.
Yeah. I just think, like, it doesn't make sense for that.
I think there has to be a reason. There's no way there isn't a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of physical feeling or just conscious feeling. Like, I feel emotion. There's a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Yeah. And again, there's just that fallacy in nihilism. So that's why I think some philosophy is just,
Yeah.
you don't know.
I don't know. I enjoy philosophy though.
It's cool to think about.
Like, yeah, it is. It's interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to wrap my head around it, and
Yeah.
it's interesting for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I enjoy some philosophy, like Stoicism. I think is a good one.
Okay. And another part to universal truth or eternal truth. Okay. Let's say we're thinking about God. Okay. We're not.
Yeah.
We push nihilism aside. We're thinking about God. we said science is not an eternal truth. It's something that's infinite. We keep going there. But what
Mhm.
about math? Is math an eternal truth?
It's something it's not an observance of the world around us. It's just something that we completely made up.
Did we
So in that
completely make
case,
up?
yeah.
That's the argument. There's an argument that math isn't made up. Math comes from nature. Some of the patterns we see in nature, it's too much of a coincidence for it to be.
How so?
Like, I'm pretty sure in some leaf structures or something, we see Pascal's triangle or something.
Okay.
There's cellular biology, just there's
Cellular biology isn't math, it's science.
cellular, but I mean, not the science itself, but we're looking at the cellular, uh, when looking at cellular biology, there's some patterns that follow mathematical patterns. There's some patterns in nature that just that follow mathematical patterns. That if we had made up math, then, you know, how could it? If we had made up
We
math,
made a concept and then we used it. We
then
applied
by
it.
coincidence, it's just
No, we applied it to nature,
no.
or we derived the concept from nature.
But if you think of something like Pascal's triangle, like how does that exist in nature? We made that up. How can it
yeah,
exist in nature?
I mean, we could have made it up to rectify nature or to explain it somehow.
I don't know. I don't think we made up math. I think they say math is a universal language for a reason. Like if you're thinking like pi would be the same in another planet or in another
Yeah, that's true.
civilization
That's
for
true.
us. Pi would always be the same.
Hmm.
You know? I don't know. That's just something
That's
to
true.
think about.
It's just yeah.
It's just
That is true. Yeah.
yeah.
I've also heard that as well. That math is just universal truth.
Mhm.
But everything in math.
I don't know though, because I heard that I was talking to a PhD in math, right? And he said in another universe, 1 + 1 is equal to 0.
That's true.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
Because the laws of the universe are different.
yeah.
But you're saying math is the constant of the universe,
Of our universe.
of our universe.
But then we start thinking about more than one universe.
Yeah.
And it's just nothing applies. It's like
Yeah.
quantum.
Yeah.
The quantum universe is not our universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but all right. I want to extend this to the quantum universe. Is that okay? That's another universe,
Hmm.
but
But what?
it's just I'm trying to imagine it. It's not something beyond our universe.
Yeah, it exists in our universe.
It exists within our universe.
I mean, when you're asking me the question of the universe, and we're talking about the universe and God, multiple universes is also part of our universe, I think. It's just a place where,
Oh, okay.
if we're thinking about the universe, it's just a place where the laws are different.
Okay, then would a better word for it be dimension?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think a better word for it would be dimension, yeah.
Okay.
I think those words are often confused.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the universe is infinite.
Yeah, I think the universe is infinite and in another dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And multiple dimensions make up a universe.
Yeah. Like within the universe. When we're thinking about like the God or something,
Hmm.
does he exist within another dimension within the universe, or does
No. He exists. He
Out-
is the universe.
he is the universe? But what about he exists outside the universe? We know that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you can play up the universe to God. We were talking about this.
Yeah.
As well.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
The
That-
universe can include the creator as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Solid. All right.
Yeah.
I also have to leave as well, so.
That was a good
It's
episode
perfect.
though.